England will win the World Cup. Oh, no. What up, fellow gamer dudes? That Belle Delphine is a bit of alright. Am I right? Is Skyrim still cool? Like Paul McShane might find out where I live. Well, spoiler for you, Paul, in a shoebox under the stairs. Do your worst. Then again, I think we all saw his worst every week for 10 years. Clear the goddamn ball. And yet, headlines like this still exist.
Marcus Rashford as good as Kylian Mbappe.
No matter how well you're doing right now, just like a pensioner's dick after 3 pints of whiskey, there's a time limit for how long you're actually going to stay up. Ryan Brewster will be a £100 million player. Remember the name Ryan Brewster. Or about 100 million. I don't care about the rumours. I don't care if Zaha was plugging your daughter, texting your wife, punching your kids in the face. Sir Alex once said Phil Jones could become the greatest player in the club's history. Honest to God, was he drunk or something? The man has done nothing but terrify children to within an inch of their lives, gurning like something out of train spotting every 5 minutes, and just generally proving to be a havoc in his own box. The amount of own goals is so frightening, I'd honestly be curious about his betting activity. You've just sold one of the top 2 players in the world, and you replace him with a £3 million winger from Bordeaux, a lad who, let's be honest, it looks like something out of Stranger Things. I'm convinced with every misplaced cross booted out of the stadium, he was too busy trying to triangulate his goddamn home plan. Zoran Tosic was the next Ronaldo, then I am the next Susan Boyle, and not only can I not hold a note to save my life, I also don't think I look like I've been hit by a bus. Actually, who am I kidding? Yes I do. United fans have been wanting to shove his face in a cheese grater ever since. Who knows, it might actually do an improvement. Fergie even started talking about another class of 92 repeat, mentioning Possebon along with Darren Gibson, Johnny Evans and Fabio Da Silva. Can you imagine watching a class of 92 with those jokers? Christ above. It must be such an unfulfilling life. Imagine bring your kids to work day. What, are your children just gonna sit in the stand with the binoculars watching you scratch your arse on the bench for 2 hours?
Children, tell me when your father stopped scratching himself.
But no, instead decided to declare for England, because I guess he just doesn't like playing international football. Have fun sitting on your arse for the next few tournaments, Jack, because you sure as hell won't be going to any of the United since Sir Alex Ferguson retired now, have they? Just a bit like when my dad walked out on me. Now I'm forced to take baths in the street and eat cat food out of a skin. Look like replacing your empty milk carton with a bottle of Camel Spit. The lad is 29 years old and now spending his days stuck out at Montreal Impact, where he is probably having no impact. Grealish will never play for England. Turn us down to play for the Three Lions. This man will go to his grave having never played a single minute of international football. He's going to have spent more time getting punched in the head by lads off building sites than he ever will at a goddamn World Cup. Raheem Sterling will win the Ballon d'Or. In about 3 years, both of them will be out of the reckoning for Ballon d'Ors, I'd say. I mean, come on, who wins a Ballon d'Or at 35? He has the skill, he has the talent, he has the ability to ruin defenders' careers. And yet he spends more time on the floor than Mia Khalifa. Oh no, the nasty left back kicked me in the ankle. Good Christ. Kyle Walker cost Man City £50 million. Who else am I gonna pick? Danny Simpson? The only number 2 he's better than is the one sitting in his blocked toilet. Hazard has played 10 games, scored just once. This is the successor to Cristiano Ronaldo. If Ronaldo was producing those stats, he'd probably shoot himself in the face. Too fat to play for Madrid. Looks like he's just spent the season eating his family. I know it worked for the Brazilian Ronaldo, but still Eden. Cancel the lifetime subscription to KFC. Paul McShane scores an actual goal 2008. A momentous occasion, not just for football, but for the species of man. This was Paul McShane's first ever goal, getting his name on the score sheet for something other than an own goal. I'm surprised it wasn't enough to set a crack down the centre of the sun. To my shock, hell didn't freeze over, comets didn't start raining down from above, came down to 11 millimeters. That is less than a bar of chocolate. That is equal to half an inch. That is all that kept Liverpool from winning the league this year. The length of my flaccid
I am one of the best defenders in the world.
Dejan, the only way you are one of the best defenders in the world is if a deadly virus wiped off 70% of the world's centre backs. A pretty pathetic backline. Honestly, you could have penetrated it with a block of cheese. Anything with Alan Hutton in it just screams, good God, passes the gut. This just makes me feel dirty. This is like admitting to kissing your cousin or something. I once thought Joe Hart was world class. I know, I ought to cleanse myself. Wash myself of these horrendous thoughts. May the power of Christ compel me. Cleanse me of these horrible thoughts. I don't know why I just did that. Tom cleverly for England's stardom one day. I even had a friend who told me that he was better than Aaron Ramsey, and he kept this up for a few years. To the point where I was worrying that he should, be locked up in a fucking madhouse and should have underwent intense psychotherapy for even daring to let that thought cross his brain. Top 4 striker, except how do you expect to lead the line for Manchester United if every time you touch the ball, you look like you're having some sort of allergic reaction? I've ripped my pants, eh?
Haha!
I am the ice cream
HITC Sport. Can I ask you a few questions? Are you physical? Do you hate your ball team? Do you wake up middle night and try and do a pull-up?
The fans quickly turned on the former Wales manager.
Ah, Chris! You don't have a f***ing clue, mate. F***ing prick. You calling me a prick? I'm a married man with 6 kids.
You're still a prick even if you have kids. I don't really see how that's relevant.
I'm a married man with 6 kids!
And Julian Speroni has been there ever since, just refusing to ever leave, just like a case of genital gonorrhea. So I've heard. Felix Magath was the last resort, but that fella just looked like some weird army general who'd seen too much in Nam. £1,000 for a piece of golden steak, served by that god-awful Salt Bay character, who honest to god is up there in the annoying leagues alongside Jesse Lingard and that fat clamp who invented Gangnam Style. He's just been relegated to the second tier. Money is tight. Tea ladies have been let go. Your pre-match meal now consists of drinking from the toilet. Turns out the child is actually a 36-year-old father of 2. I know what you're thinking. Who has he ever impregnated? His Game Boy console? You kids still use Game Boys, right? Am I so out of touch? At the age of 18 years old. For Christ's sake, most 18-year-olds are out drinking cans in the ditch and trying to sex the hole in the couch. Maybe that was just me. Again, at 15 years of age. Lads, he was 15. This kid should have been playing FIFA for 9 hours a day, bursting with hormones, whacking himself off to everything from late night TV to the family cat. Or maybe that's just Shane Dawson. The next Ballon d'Or winner? Lads, the only way he's ever getting sands on that trophy is if he breaks into someone's house and steals it. But yeah, he's still going for a Maltby Main FC in the Northern Counties East League. Good lad, you finally found your level. To be honest, take Wilfred Zaha out of your team and you're gonna be like a fat toddler being born, holding onto the vaginal canals for dear life. That reference didn't really work. Ashley Cole had been sold to Chelsea. William Gallas wasn't much of an upgrade. Colo Torre was an accident waiting to happen. During his peak years at Arsenal, the lad had endorsements eating out of the palm of his hand. A hand he'd used to knock my country out of the goddamn World Cup. Mario Balotelli. For Christ's sake, Tinchy Strider dedicated a whole song to him. Although I'm guessing only about 3 of you will remember who the Tinchy Strider was. Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are. Oh, I know. Splash some random hieroglyphics all over the top. That ought to stick. As if they haven't pissed off enough Egypt. Go ahead, kids. Chuck your savings at the club shop, and you too can look like a cross between Michael Schofield and a goddamn Smurf. How hard must it have been for the cameraman to get Paul Pogba and Jesse Lingard standing next to each other without breaking into an epileptic dab? Judging by their eyes, it looks like they've been spiked with a dose of horse tranquilizers. Christ above, look at Paul. He genuinely looks half asleep and gotten rid of Rafa. Thrown away the club's only half-decent players and essentially treated the club the same way John Goodman treats his digestive system. How do you expect anyone to fork out 65 quid for this? It's essentially like someone burning down your house, chucking your cat in the wood chipper, spitting out a Christmas present made out of goddamn tinfoil, and then charging you 65 quid for the goddamn pleasure. Most of you won't remember the days of dial-up internet, but that was back when you tried to connect to the server and it just made sounds like a whale giving birth. Jeff Hendrick clearly handballed in the box. Then again, considering what happened in Paris 10 years ago, Irish players should probably be allowed to handball whenever they please. Honestly, look at that squad. Trying to stay up with that is like trying to impregnate a hippo. It won't happen and it will just end in a bloody mess. It'll be like me taking off this scarf. Then the channel goes down the tubes and it's back to me bribing homeless men for their lunch. Mitrovic missed a penalty, costing Jimmy Blythe 855 quid. Thanks Alexander Mitrovic, only 855 quid for missing the pen. No problem, mate. He just doesn't care. Ment lost out on £855. He's trying to tap into Mitrovic's soft side there. Yes, I know. Note the passive-aggressive thumbs up in every message exchange. Bottom of the league for 6 months. I gave them about as much chance of staying up as Stephen Hawking's penis on his wedding night. We should have known from the start that the double transfer of Tevez and Mascherano was too good to be true. I mean, watching them being paraded by a beaming Alan Pardew, it resembled that of a decrepit Hugh Hefner, no doubt onto his 4th goddamn lung, and who probably smelt of goat cheese 19 hours a day, being spotted with his supermodel girlfriends. 3 league goals all year long. Just 3. From a man who 18 months earlier had been feasting on defences like they were KFC family buckets. Now he was just feasting on KFC family buckets as if they were KFC family buckets. Premier League promotion pushes. They're conceding 7 first half goals against a Wigan team strangled to death by financial problems, who were just given a 12-point deduction, a team at crisis point, a team whose morale should have been stuffed so far down the toilet that Pennywise the clown could have smelt it in the soup. Today we're going to look at the clauses in contracts, not the overweight fella stuck in the middle of the shopping centre with a worryingly sizable bulge and sweating all over your little boy. Never trust a fake Santa. I asked for a train set. Instead, I got a fucking ranking off the Kardashians. You know Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner is a strong, beautiful, and together lady. Any jokes made at her expense, offensive or otherwise, are callous in the extreme. All hail Queen Jenner.
Remember Rafael van der Vaart? The Dutch playmaker used to strut his stuff for Ajax, Real Madrid and Tottenham, only to spend his later years holding his hamstrings together with super glue as he squats in his piss-soaked homeless shelter down the road, walking headfirst into the wilderness of Russia to wander around in the cold and no doubt pick up racist abuse from a bunch of knuckle-dragging fans that probably pour vodka into their shreddies and feast on the bones of their firstborn children. Obviously, I'm not talking about all Russians, alright? Just the racist thugs that inhabit those lands. Let's call them Igors, since Igor is such a dreadful fucking name. Having said that, I probably offended about 6 Igors out there. My apologies, lads, alright? I didn't know you could get YouTube and Frankenstein's laugh. So fickle. HITC Sport, the Irish guy. Well, obviously on this channel, it's the Irish guy. With a scarf that looks like it was knitted by one of Stephen Ireland's dead grandmothers. Hello and welcome to HITC Sport. If that was anywhere closer to your screen, you'd be in your living room eating your dinner.
There's nothing that quite takes the sting out of Ireland not getting into a World Cup.
Clearly, looking at the camera was too much of a hassle.
Then watching England struggle against the likes of Iceland, and that's funny for me.
What the f is he looking for? Christ, look at the fuck. The camera is the Qatar with Al Sadd. I wouldn't even call this a league. This is just a barren wasteland where careers go to die and bank accounts go to prosper.
Joe Linton hopes to follow role model Roberto Firmino into the next Brazil squad.
Considering the proud history of footballing stars that country has produced, it's a bit like if Eminem's next album was just him coughing into the mic. I'll tell you what, big man, right? The day you get an international cap for Brazil is the day I walk through Newcastle town centre wearing a goddamn dress. Quarter has just spent the year earning £100,000 a week, despite being a very limited footballer, while I'm stuck in a dimly lit cave, swapping dignity and daily showers for Paul McShane rents. So who's the real winner here? He has enough money to buy my life humiliation against his former club. A bit like celebrating your retirement party, only to be embarrassed in front of all of your colleagues and your family by your ex-wife turning up to show everyone photos of your tiny dick, tossing away a future Ballon d'Or winner before he'd even hit puberty.
He took a trial and didn't end up convincing us because he didn't offer enough defensively.
I'm sorry, defensively? Killing Mbappe? He's a goddamn centre forward. You don't hire him for defensive duties. That's like being given a brand new Mercedes and complaining that it doesn't fly. That's like going on a date with Kylie Jenner and rejecting her based on her inability to well steam. He was the highest scoring Spanish player 3 years running, featured in 2 La Liga teams of the season, netted at a World Cup, featured in 6 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Cup semi-final goal scorer. You sell him for £2 million. Although whosever idea it was to get rid of Loris Karius as a spotty-faced team, you should probably be presented with the Medal of Honor and knighted for services to the country. Ridding the club of that clown is pretty much the same as detonating an atomic bomb. So bravo! Well done! I'm just clapping at a camera. Don't worry, I haven't turned into a gaming channel. By sexual relations.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh, Bill. I'm not sure why I'm saying "oh, Bill" as if he's my friend down the pub. Like he could have me shot.
Good luck finding me, Clinton.
Anyway, indoor mode was destroyed. The Malaysian League was removed.
Not Kuala Lumpur FC.
The game was a bestseller in the UK, replacing Tomb Raider 3, with teenage boys having evidently now discovered the wonders of internet porn, and no longer having to rely on a grainy pixel that sort of looked like a woman, but on closer inspection also looked like a block of cheese. Paying 60 odd quid for a game that barely changes? Who's got time for that? And you know what I don't get? Those 23-year-old YouTubers who clearly haven't picked up a game of FIFA in about 10 years. Suddenly they get a brand deal and oh, suddenly FIFA is the greatest game of all time. Those people make me absolutely sick.
FIFA's a great game, it's a brilliant game. I play FIFA every day. Oh my god, I can't get enough of FIFA. FIFA 2002, FIFA, I'll play them all. FIFA coming out in 8 years, Xbox, PlayStation, all the consoles. FIFA, no time for real friends. FIFA, PlayStation, Xbox, all these other gaming buzzwords. Go out and buy FIFA 19 right now. It's a great game. I play FIFA all the time. Been playing it since I was a kid. It never stops. Who needs time for human beings and real life conversations? FIFA all the time. FIFA. Keep buying it. FIFA. Everyone FIFA.
I love brand deals. I love brand deals so much. I love brand deals so much. Brand deals.
I ought to chuck this man in the bottom bin.
Fenerbahce.
Oh, Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce. Next they'll be telling me Miralem Pjanic shouldn't be pronounced as if you're having a goddamn stroke. Mark Goldbridge.
Hello, welcome to Going for Goldbridge. Let's talk about my favourite team, Nottingham Forest.
Man United. It's Man United.
Let's talk about our legendary manager, Brian
Fergie. Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't like Nottingham Forest. Where this man gets his energy from.
Oh my god, I'm on YouTube! Isn't that the greatest light bulb you've ever seen? Ah, camera! Ah, sound that! Ah!
They could get a surprise result here and there. A surprise result here and there.
Surprise result here and there.
Oh, surprise result! Victory sip. Oh, I didn't actually look what's in. Oh, that's actually rank. And yes, there's still placeholder text on the mug. HITC Sport. I can't even get that right. This is fucking filthy though. Just kidding, lads, alright? Or am I? It's like promising your wife year on year that yes, it's this summer that I'll finally take you to Venice. And then the 1st of June comes around and you instead just booked her a 3-week weekend at Paul McShane's house. Despite him having all the personality of a dead frog. Yeah, she would probably feel like stapling your nutsack to the goddamn fridge freezer. Let me know in the comment section below your worst ever refereeing performance that you've ever witnessed. I certainly know mine.
Richard Dunn lost out. Oh, Henri! Oh, it's in the net. It's a goal. McShane has put it into his own goal.
Let's call a spade a spade. Joe Linton has absolutely flopped in England. Yes, I was prepared to give him a chance, but now he cost 40 million quid. Wow.
Time's over, blood. You understand? You're gonna go out on a whimper. Yeah? You're gonna go out with a semi. Yeah? You're not going out hard. Yeah? We got this. Trust me. 3-1. But let me tell you something. You see this man? He's a winner. Yeah? He wins. Your manager ain't won nothing. Never won a trophy, blood. That is fucking embarrassing, Robbie, blood. 3 grand. Yeah? It's fucking. I've had enough, blood. I gotta go.
And to watch that spineless dribble of a performance, 4-1, and this was a final.
Save this. Yeah? Fucking save this.
Oh, don't worry, blood, I did.
We have done enough to win this Europa League.
Don't you ever get tired of being wrong all the time?
Even just the thought of being linked with the likes of Peter Crouch and Ashley Barnes, that alone should have been enough to impose a transfer ban. It's a bit like if you catch your mother doing her weekly shopping list, only instead of fruit and veg, she's looking for bowls of cow sick and bags of chewed fingernails. You probably want to take her wallet away for her own good.
Advanced talks to sign Goal Game International.
Oh, young pedo rookie, you knew exactly what you were doing with that headline. On the face of it, yeah, it sounds exciting. Who could it be? Robert Lewandowski? No, far from it. The Goal Game International is Daniel Sunani. I mean, yeah, technically he is, but he's scoring a goal a game for FC Dudelange in the bastard Luxembourg division. He plays in a stadium no bigger than Oprah Winfrey's fridge. He's up against defenders still smelling of milk from their morning shift, but finally end that barn run with a Champions League trophy. The only equivalency I can think of is for someone to endure 13 years of involuntary celibacy, except for one night of passion with a town drunk who smells of cheese, to finally end that drought with Jessica Alba. No wonder it took them 90 seconds to finish.
Congrats, LFC. Really happy for everyone at the club and fans. You deserve this.
Really? Really, Carius? Like, yeah, let's see if his message was well received a year later, now that, tempers have cooled a bit.
You definitely didn't, pal. Imagine if you were in goal. Thank f you weren't in goal.
I mean, this is a bit like wishing your ex-wife well in her new marriage, only for her to turn around and say, thanks very much. Thank Christ I don't have to put up with your 2-inch dick anymore. Japan have never been famed for their football teams. Excellent cuisine, sure. Delightful TV commercials, definitely. The fuck was... And of course the never-ending Pokemon. Christ above, 20 years later and your man is probably still trying to become a Pokemon master. In reality, he probably snapped like a twig years ago and now spends his days hooked on crystal meth and uses Pikachu as some sort of depraved sex slave. Where am I going with this? But no, Japan really surprised... What a segue.
Throw a little content out there, little bit, here and there, splash. Hold on. Shirt got me looking like Bumblebee though.
Braces, slight hint of ADHD, and a clear compulsive obsession with hats. I swear, if this man lived in Catholic Ireland 20 years ago, he'd have a team of nurses dousing him in holy water and trying to expel the f***ing demon that lives within.
You know what it do. What it was, what it could be, you know what I'm saying?
I don't have the slightest idea what you're saying.